Hello guys, SFRTA here. With me is...
Tommy4trains.
Yep, this first time we're doing a, first time we're doing a product review together. Usually I do this with Amtrak Fanatic, but I'm going to change it up a bit. What I have in this box is pretty cool stuff. And we're going to take a look at it, and we're going to open it up. This has never been opened. Just got in the mail. Very tightly, well, that part I don't like. But I don't think it matters much. So, yes, I'm using keys to cut it open. I probably would be better off using an X-Acto knife. Don't want to break the box too much because what I do is I'm very resourceful. I don't just throw away my boxes. I actually keep them and use them because I use them to transport my stuff to and from the club, or if I'm going to a model railroading event, I would transport them via boxes. Oops. They really pack. I'm going to say this. They really did a good job packing this. I'm not going to... Initially, I thought they didn't do such a great job, but I take that back. This is pretty secure. Really having to work to get this open. It's like double layered. Oh my god. These guys are not fooling around. Yeah, it's a... Wow. Look at this. It's like... It's... Wow. Oh, they really did a good job packing this. If you ever do, or if you guys are looking for a good place to buy your stuff from online, because a lot of the times the Amtraks, you pretty much have to buy them online, especially because Amtrak's very specialized. Not a lot of manufacturers make them. Cato and Athearn and Walthers are the big three now that do Amtrak stuff in HO. But that's about it. Okay, we got 815, 158, and notice this is in the older scheme, box-wise. This is in the old ready to roll. Hold on, YouTube. I'm going to... Actually, no, I do have some older runs here with me. They're in their boxes. Alright, so we have engine number 10 here. This is sound decoded already. And notice that Athearn did it a lot differently. It was black and gray on the last runs, and now, for some reason, they went back to this. And they also did the same for their tri-rail run with the BL units. They also had the engines in this type of packaging. What else? Oh yeah, and then of course you have the heritage units. That's yeah, you got the heritage units that were in a very special packaging. They were in a very colorful box. I do have two heritage units from the Amtrak run, the 40th anniversary run. I do have two, the 156 and the 66. Both are in good condition. No, they're not for sale. I think I'm going to keep those forever. I just love these P40s so much. Yeah, I really couldn't give these away. So, what is this? This is a Phase 5 P42 DC engine number 158. And this is engine number 815, a P40 DC. I got both a P40 and a 42. And notice the ladders are white. They're white in the middle and they're gray on the outer part. They're actually supposed to, well, they're white in this. They're supposed to be silver. So let's open it up. Of course, you got the stickers that hold the model. So we're going to open that up. We're going to see what we have here. So you got the diagram of all the parts that come with the engine. Different packaging. It's a lot bit different than the it's a lot different than the older runs of the P42s. This is more like the run with the Athearn tri-rail units. They have this lip here that you would flip up and the engine would pop out. I am not going to open this engine because I don't want to break it. And it is going to eventually go down to Tom Bowman to get a sound decoder, as well as engine number 158. I don't know when, but when they do go down, I will let you guys know. But I don't... Oh, there's the bolted on finish, yes. It does have a bolted on finish. Not only that, they have ditch lights this time. This is not like the older runs where they just have the headlight. They have ditch lights. So it is possible to put a sound decoder in it, and it's worthwhile putting a sound decoder in it because with the flashing ditch lights and everything, oh my god, I have the Athearn Tri-Rail F59s, and oh my god, they look so good. Tom Bowman did a good job on his work with the Tri-Rail units he did for me. And you're probably wondering, well, why do I always talk about Tom Bowman? Why do I always advertise for him? Because, number one, he's a small business owner. But even though he's a small business owner, doesn't mean there's anything bad about it. In fact, he's one of the, I would say, probably the best sound decoder installation guy I have ever met. I mean, I only have gone to this guy, but I always go back. I always go to him for sound decoder installations because he does such a good job. And I have never had a problem with him. Every time I have had an engine done by him, they work beautifully and they sound great. The ditch lights are beautiful. Like I said, he does a really good job. So if you're looking to decoder your engine, I mean, I'm talking about sound decoder, Tom Bowman's the place to go. I have this sheet here. That's basically what he does. Okay, he's, like I said, he's a really good businessman, and he's been around for a long time, and he's been around a long time because he does good work. He does good work. So, like I said, if you are looking for, let's say, you got a pair of these, and you want to get them sound decodered, well, Tom Bowman's the place to go. I have never had a problem with them, and Like I said, I would definitely encourage you guys to get your engines done by him because he does a good job. Like I said, I'm not going to open these guys up because they're not sound decodered yet. As soon as they get sound decodered, they'll be opened up and we'll run them. Bring them in. That's one thing he does. When he does the engines, he will break the engine in for you. He will test run it for you. When you go to pick up the engine, he will test run the engine right then and there. He'll program it for you. Pretty much, he'll do anything you want to have done to the engine. Within reason, of course. But, like, let's say if you need it to be a certain address, he can do that. He can program, you know, certain bell sounds, certain, well, not, can't really program bells, but, like, if you need a certain horn, he can program it. If there is a value for that particular horn you want, he can do it. Like I said, these are the new P40 42s done by Athearn. Very beautiful locomotives. I would encourage you to please buy them. They're very beautiful. I haven't even opened them up, and I can tell you that they're beautiful. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna open them up because I'm saving them for Tom Bowman to open them and work on them. So, alright, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please comment, rate, subscribe to SFRTA, Tommy4trains, and all the wonderful people at Team Amtrak, especially Amtrak Fanatic. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Give you another pass again. And, oh, and unlike with the Kato P42s, these actually have windshield wipers and mirrors. They didn't forget the mirrors. They didn't forget anything. It is a highly detailed model. I really can't find anything wrong with this engine. And I've just noticed it has micro printing on the engine. You got micro printing, highly detailed. The grills are highly detailed. They're not black like they were on the other ones. They're a little more realistic. So yeah, this is a little bit more of a realistic model than they were before with Athearn. So Athearn's really stepped up the game. I think they got the message when Kato did their run that they needed to step up their game. So they're starting to do that. I think the next step Athearn should do is make these guys in the Genesis series. I think a lot of people would buy them if they were pre-equipped with a sound decoder. That way, you don't have to install a decoder or go to some hobby shop or something to get it decoded. However, it isn't much of a hassle for me to get them done by Tom because Tom, like I said, he does a wonderful job. And I will always go to him for my sound decoder needs. So, yep, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. This is SFRTA and
Tommy4trains.
Out. Hello, YouTube. SFRTA here with me is
Amtrak Fanatic. Go Amtrak, everybody.
Okay. I will be doing a addition to the product review of the new Athearn P40 and 42 run that Athearn has just came out with recently. I did a product review initially with Tommy4trains. However, in the previous part of the video, I didn't take the engine out. I just left the engine in. I actually have one of my engines out. I have engine 815, which is a P40 Genesis locomotive. One of the new engines that Athearn has done. So let's take a look at this model here. So right now we're looking at the front of the engine. As you can notice, it does have the new bolted on finish that is synonymous with modern day engines. Unlike with Kato, this engine has windshield wipers and mirrors. That's one thing I would like to point out. So yeah, there's a lot more detail on this engine. You got GPS dome.
It's only a ready-to-roll Athearn locomotive.
Yeah, it's only a ready to roll.
It is very close. I mean, this thing. You guys are asking how much detail is on this engine for real. You don't have one. YouTube, I am telling you this, and I can assure you, I am not lying. This engine can very easily pass for an Athearn Genesis model. That's how much detail is on. There is so much detail on these things, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
Athearn really stepped up their game. They really, really did. And I'm looking forward to future runs, which they are doing, by the way. They're doing 4 more.
Yeah, they've already announced this. Excuse me, guys. I'm actually got a cold right now, so if it sounds like my voice is off, I do have a cold. I am sick, so I do apologize. But yes, the horns on this engine actually look like horns. Also, just like the real ones, there isn't any warning labels on the top. They are now on the bottom. There is more micro printing on the sides. Truck detail is pretty good.
Truck detail is just like any other Athearn P40, P42.
Yeah. And again, front end detail. Back end detail is pretty good. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this, but this has a headlight and ditch lights. So this is a very much a DCC friendly engine.
And it is also, YouTube, sorry to cut you off, SFRTA, it is I actually opened up my 75 and 158 to install DCC in. It is actually fairly easy to install marker lights in. They've got red lenses already. All you got to do is just put a red light or a white light to the back of them, and you should be good with marker lights. I may end up doing that. I'm going to 75 is not in good shape. Trust me, it was Athearn that did it. I don't know why they did it. I have 10 of these engines, and this is the first that ever happened to me like this. But I'm just going to use that engine, for testing stuff with people who do crap like that. So yeah, I'm going to test out marker lights on that, and if it looks good, SFRTA, I recommend that you tell
Tom Bowman. Or Tom.
Yeah, Tom Bowman, to do that with yours, because yeah.
So these engines have ditch lights already pre-installed. They come factory installed. In fact, the previous run that they did, notably the Tri-Rail BL units, the new Tri-Rail engines that Tri-Rail received not too long ago, they had ditch lights in those, and these P40 and 42 engines also have ditch lights in them pre-installed. So
they are very bright. Very bright.
Yes. So if you guys are wanting to install a sound decoder in these engines, these are, like I said, they're very DCC friendly. You can, if you want to install regular decoder. However, myself, I'm going to have a sound decoder installed in both 815 and 158, and these will just look beautiful with a sound decoder in them. Absolutely will be stunning once they have a sound decoder installed. So, comparing these to a Kato, more front end detail. You have mirrors, windshield wipers, You do have the GPS dome. The horns are a lot more realistic than compared to the older Athearn runs. They're just, if not more realistic than decodos. The rear, the exhaust fan in the back is very realistic. I'll show you that right now. Try not to handle this engine too much. That's the exhaust fan. And again, front end detail is pretty good. These also have Tiger on the P40s. They have the Tiger rehabilitation sticker and the American flag on the side of the engines right under the window, just like a real P40. And this is the Phase 5 scheme for the P40. And as you can see, the bolted on finish, I'll compare it to a P42 because I also have a P42 from this run. They're really not all that different, except for the stickers in the front. If you were really looking at this engine, if you weren't a rail fan like me and Amtrak Fanatic are, you probably wouldn't have a clue what the difference is. You probably would think it's a P42, but in actuality you would be wrong. The difference... Hold on, YouTube, I'm getting my second engine out. These stickers... I have to get these stickers off. Do apologize. Okay, stickers off. Okay, bring up the engine.
I'm actually right now testing out marker lights on my P42.
Oh, this came with a sticker on it.
What?
Oh my god. This has...
Whoa! Is that a scratch?
It's not a scratch, but there's something on it.
Can you take it off?
Let me see.
So it looks like you and you're not. I'm not the only one that has difficulties with these engines.
Yeah, the P40 was okay, but this engine... Alright.
Did you get it off?
No.
Is it a scratch?
It's like this white stuff. It's like
blue.
Might be.
Try rubbing alcohol.
Okay, yeah, I will try that. Alright, so, just comparing the front end detail. You have that. So, comparing the two engines, they really aren't that all different. Okay, they really do look similar. I will point out the difference to you, but there isn't very many. But there is some few variations external wise between these two engines. I'm going to show you and point those out.
I just wanted to say this one thing. You do not have to remove the couplers when taking off the P42 shell.
Yes, that's correct.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, you don't. Alright, so the difference is on the P40 model you have...
Alright. So let's get my plumber's tube.
You have Tiger and the American flag. This P42 does not have that. The engine numbers are in the 800 series for the P40. The P40s are in the 1 through 200 series of numbering. That is the only difference between the engines. The bolted-on feature is present in both engines, and they pretty much look identical. The only difference is that the cab in the P40 is a little more analog than compared to the P42. The P42's cab is a little more digital. Has more of a digital cab. For example, the brake reservoir indicator is digital. The brake reservoir indicator on the P40 is an analog display. So like I said, the cab inside the engine on the P40 is a little more analog than compared to the 42. The 42 is more digital because the 42 was built a little later than the P40 was built. The P42 was built a little later than the P40. The P40 came out.
Actually, SFRTA, that's not true. The P40s are the same now as the P42s. Amtrak upgraded them.
Oh, they upgraded the cab?
Yep.
Okay, so I guess now both of them are digital. So in reality, there really is a difference. There really isn't a difference between the P40 and the 42s now. The only difference being the Tiger symbol and the P40s are in the 800 series. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I hope this gives you a little insight on when you go to buy a engine. I hope you do consider buying these engines, and if you live in the South Florida area and you are looking for sound decoders, please try out Thomas Bowman Sound Decoder Installations. He's a pretty good guy that does a good job with installing the sound decoders. So if you're in the South Florida area, or even if you're not in the South Florida area, you can ship the engines to him, and you can just write a check when he's done working on the engine. Send him a check, and he'll ship the engine to you. So like I said, he does a really good job at sound decoder installations, and just check him out if you're in the market for a sound decoder. So those are the new P40 and 42 models that Athearn just released. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. This is SFRTA and
Amtrak Fanatic.
out.